they're not physically fit enough, top notch. So they were given garrison duties. So then they decided to elevate them to a regular line regiment. They had no particular distinction and they were in the Caribbean for a while. And then they eventually were sent here. And before the war was over, they got 4 battle honors. So they were mentioned for distinctive, for valorous service in 4 different battles, 4 different engagements. And you get to put that on your flag, and that's like it sort of puts you on the map as a real regiment. And then later they were royalized, became a royal regiment. Now they're part of the royal regiment. So they actually survived. It's sort of like the Marine Corps in U.S. history. The Marine Corps fought a lot of fallacious battles. The result, they still exist. They weren't disbanded. You know what I mean? So it's partly because of their service that they're still around. Regiments that perform badly tend to get disbanded, and then they disappear. So, and then as far as the fleet is concerned, the 41st fought in Ohio and in Michigan, and then they pulled back to Amherstburg because those campaigns were unsuccessful for the most part. And they needed men on the fleet, so they assigned 2 regiments. One was the Royal Newfoundland Regiment.
My charge is up here.
They were, of course, they were from Newfoundland, and they all had maritime experience because that's what they do out there. They're fishermen, or they either build boats or they sail on one of the 2. So they thought this is a real resource. So they put those men on the fleet to help them sail. And then the 41st men who were not seamen, but they were experienced with handling artillery. And they did a lot of that. And they also served as Marines. So I have a musket. I can shoot it. If people try and board us, I can shoot and defend the vessel, or I can go across and take another vessel if that is required. So here's show you the business end of this musket.
Oh.
So that's. So somebody's going to try and board us, and they're going to have to get through this. So also, it fires a 72. It's a 75 caliber musket. Fires a 72 caliber ball. And this musket, in one form or another, was pretty much the main the main service arm for the British Army for about 150 years or so. Roughly from 1700 to almost about 140 years. And then they started to go to percussion, so.
So this ship today, there was about what, 14 ships in the battle, or 17?
Yeah, I don't remember the exact number. Yeah, the British fleet was, there's 2 ships. These are sloops of war. They're not rated ships. They had 3 masts and they're square rigged. So that was the Charlotte, which was the flagship, and the HMS Detroit. And then they had 2 brigs, which is a 2-masted vessel, square rig, a schooner, and a sloop. And don't quote me on that. It's either, I think it was 2 brigs, 2 schooners, and a sloop, I believe. Perry's counted, right? And I think he may have made a mistake on which was which. So, but anyway, the sloop. There's definitely only 1 sloop, and that was this.
That was this boat.
Excuse us.
And
you're gonna have to keep this whole